kia ora, talofa lava, and good morning, Honourable Minister.
Morena koutou.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Very good, thank you.
I found out last night there is a warning about whooping cough. Are you able to elaborate on this, please?
Sure. Last week, New Zealand passed the threshold for whooping cough. Whooping cough's a lung infection primarily spread by droplet spread, so people cough it. What we know is that the most vulnerable are young, particularly under 6 weeks, or in that first year of life, and those over 65, but particularly young children. If we look at normally, we have 0 to 1 babies who actually die of whooping cough, so this is not inconsequential. Some babies can die of whooping cough. But last year, however, we had three cases, and young babies. A number of them were under 6. But here's the good thing with whooping cough. It's vaccine preventable. If you have the immunisation, you're prevented generally from getting whooping cough. And so here's what we need to look at, because our immunisation rates are low, and we know that Māori and Pacifica are particularly vulnerable. The vaccine schedule follows the routine childhood vaccines, the 6-week, 3-month, and 5-month, also boosters at 4 and 11 years. But the group we particularly want to focus on, remember what I said was last year, those less than 6 weeks, we had a couple of babies die of whooping cough. What we can do is give the vaccine to pregnant women, hapu mama, who are over 16 weeks pregnant. And that immunity goes through the placenta and protects baby. Because here's the thing, if baby's born, I can't actually give them their vaccine until they're 6 weeks of age. And so that period from birth to 6 weeks is a high risk period. But if we give them during pregnancy, if we give the vaccine during pregnancy, the immunity goes through the placenta and baby is protected over that at-risk period until in their own right they can have their vaccines at 6 weeks. So I particularly wanted to call out to pregnant women, to hapu mama, and say, please consider protecting your baby from whooping cough. And if you're over 16 weeks of gestation, 16 weeks of pregnancy, then you can have the whooping cough vaccine.
And I guess it's a warning for Māori and us Pacific Islanders here in New Zealand, Honourable Minister.
Yeah, we're at particular risk. I am aware of a case in Samoa as well. And we're keeping an eye on that. But certainly the most vulnerable, most at risk, young babies, older people, Māori, Pacifica.
Okay, my next question, Honourable Minister. I was reading a report by Radio New Zealand last night. There were meetings going through by Health New Zealand and employees. It looks like some people will lay off from their work before Christmas. Are you able to tell us about this, please?
So Health New Zealand is going through further operational restructuring. It's an operational matter for Health New Zealand. Again, they're looking at what roles in the back office may be able to be reprioritised. There are substantial numbers of vacancies in the back office, so there'll be some of the first things that go, but Health New Zealand is making its way through that restructuring.
So there will be more people lay off from their work before Christmas? Is that right?
I don't know if the timing will be before Christmas. The discussions will start soon. The actual timing for that is between employees and Health New Zealand, but the discussions will start soon.
Well, Honourable Minister, I'm hoping that they will sing a song, Santa is coming to town. But if they will be laid off from their work before Christmas, I don't think they will sing that Christmas song.
Look, I think that's something. The timing of that is between the employee and Health New Zealand. I do understand the concern that you're expressing here. I do understand that, and I believe Health New Zealand will be thoughtful in this process.
Okay, what do you think of the third reading of the New Zealand citizenship, Samoan citizenship that was passed in the Parliament last week?
So I was in the House when that happened. It was an important moment, and I wanted to be there to share that moment. Shout out to Tianu, of course, who led this through the private members bill ballot box. And the gallery was full of people, and there was a wonderful, warm and expectant mood in the House. And I wanted to be there to observe and share and be a part and retell that story. So I'm very pleased that bill has now moved forward, and this particular part of the citizenship wider range of issues is now making its way through due process.
Yeah.
So I'm very pleased and excited, unanimous support,
Right.
and it was a significant moment, a historic moment in the House.
So the report I was reading yesterday, the Governor General of New Zealand was supposed to sign some documents, and maybe from today onwards, they can apply and fill some forms.
Yeah, that's my understanding too. That once the royal assent has occurred, then the links will come up, and people will be able to apply online.
Yeah. What do you think of the hikoi last week?
Again, I was asked by my caucus team to be part of the senior group out meeting the hikoi, and so I was. I was out on the forecourt, and that was an important moment for democracy. There was democracy in play. It was the citizens and populations with this particular issue expressing that view to Parliament, and I respect their democratic right to do that. It does not change the goal that they're looking for. Is unchanged in our hands, that we will not vote for this in the second reading. The bill will not progress.
Do you support the voice of our Maori people?
I think I just said that I respect democracy, and it was democracy in play, and so the answer to that is yes.
Yeah, but they were there because of David Seymour's the Treaty of Waitangi Bill, Principles Bill.
And in our hands, along with one of our coalition partners, that bill will not proceed past the second reading.
Right, okay. Honourable Minister, we are close to Christmas and the end of the year. What's your plan for the next few weeks?
Oh, next few weeks there's a lot of work coming through the House. So we'll be head down working really hard. As we mentioned at the top of the program, there's a whooping cough epidemic, which I need to apply myself to. Or continue to apply myself and ourselves to. And we've got a lot of work to do before we head into Christmas, making sure the health system is as shipshape as it can be, one, to see itself through the holiday period. So remember in Budget 24, we announced an increase in security guards in emergency departments, and that was, it's been well deployed for several months, but we'll see the real benefit of that over this Christmas New Year period when staff and patients are at particular risk. So there'll be a number of really good initiatives that we've brought in, which will play out over this Christmas period, and I'll be keeping an eye on that.
Honourable Minister Dr. Shane Reti, Whawhataitele Lava, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully we'll have another time with you before Christmas, so you can send Christmas greetings to our community. But for this morning, Whawhataitele Lava, thank you.
That would be good. Kia ora mai tātou.
Thank you. Minister Ole se Fumara Loina, Minister Mom Pasifika, New Zealand,